Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this month for the HMIS monthly call for the month of April. So this month is kind of an exciting month for the HMIS team. We've got some good stuff for you. So first off, we want to let you know that we are working on standardizing our project name system. So right now, when you're looking at a client enrollments page, there are a lot of different project names, and some of them might not really tell you a lot of information about the project. So what we're working towards doing is standardizing the naming system for when we name projects. So as you can see here, the new system will consist of 4 different points. So when you're looking at the project name, it will go in this order. The first acronym that you're going to see is the acronym for the agency. It's going to tell you what agency created that project and what agency enrolled the client into that project. The next one will tell you the funding source of the project if it is necessary. If it's a private funding source, you won't see that. But if it's HUD funded or City of San Antonio funded, those types of things you'll see in that acronym. The next one that you'll see is going to be the name of the program. If the agency has a particular name for that program, for example, the direct referral program, anything like that, you'll see that in the project name as well. And then the very last acronym that you'll see will be the project type. So this could be ES for emergency shelter, it could be TH for transitional housing, it could be SSO for supportive services only, but that will help you identify what type of project it is, so you know by looking at the project whether the client was staying in a shelter during that time or if they were just receiving supportive services, maybe if it's a permanent supportive housing project, those types of things you'll be able to tell by looking at the name. So we hope to have these changes go into effect on Monday, June 3rd. So what we're getting ready to do right now is we're going to start sending out emails to project managers if the project will be changing at all. Most of the changes are going to be very slight changes. We're just adding an additional acronym, maybe adding the funding source or adding the project type. So if you are a project manager and your project is going to be changing at all, we will be notifying you via email so you are aware of the upcoming changes, and we'll let you know when they are going to go into effect. So as you know, the system performance measures deadline is coming up in May, so we are actively working on reviewing the data in the system performance measures report right now. So if you're not familiar with system performance measures, it is a report that is submitted annually to HUD by the HMIS team and the SARA team. So this report kind of helps us look at how our community is working together as a system to prevent and end homelessness. So all of our projects that are assisting the homeless population or those who are at risk of homelessness are included in this report. And so we want to make sure that all of that data is accurate and complete before we submit this report. So what we're doing is we're going to be holding a data review workshop. This workshop is actually going to be at the SARA offices. It's going to be Wednesday, April 24th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Now, it is not too late to register for this workshop if you would like. It's open to anyone who's going to be looking through the data for system performance measures, working on reviewing the data, making any corrections. Anyone who will be assisting with that process is welcome to attend. We do have limited seats though, so if you are planning on attending, please be sure to register so that we can be sure we have enough seats. So the link to register is available on our HMIS website, which you can find at www.havenforhope.org/HMIS. And on that news and updates section, you'll see a link to register for the training. So we hope to see you guys there. Next up, if you are not familiar with NHSDC, this is a conference that is held usually twice a year, every year. And this is really an HMIS-based conference. It deals with a lot of the information technology that is used to manage the different homeless service providers and different human service providers. So the HMIS team did attend it this week, actually. And this year it was unique because this is the first time that HUD actually presented a good amount of the content that was in the conference. So this was really exciting. They've never done that before, so this was brand new. So we will be sharing any important information that we learned at the conference with our HMIS users if it affects any of you guys or if it's just information that we pass along to you guys. So keep an eye out for that. Next thing we are currently working on is our bed inventory setup. So in preparation for the LSA final submission, we are working on ensuring that all of the bed inventory in HMIS is accurately set up. This does affect our LSA, so we want to be sure that it is as accurate as possible. So we are currently reaching out to project managers to get information about the bed inventory. And this is not just for shelter projects, this is also for permanent housing, rapid rehousing, any of those that have an inventory. So we need to be sure that that is set up in HMIS prior to our final LSA submission. So please keep an eye out for those emails and those phone calls from the HMIS team so we can get that information and get it inputted in HMIS. And we greatly appreciate your prompt response so that we can get that taken care of. Now, speaking of LSA, so we are currently working with the LSA data liaison, and our software vendor is also working with the LSA team. So this is definitely a joint effort between HUD, our software vendor, and the HMIS team as well. So we are all currently working together on this report. However, HUD has stated that the process is taking longer than they anticipated. As they are working with software vendors, they are experiencing some technical challenges that they did not anticipate. As a result of that, the deadline was originally intended to be April 22nd. However, they have extended the deadline because of the current technical changes that they're experiencing. They did not give us a final deadline yet. They want to be sure that they work through their technical challenges before they set a final deadline for us to submit. So this time we do not have a definitive deadline. They did say that they anticipate it to be at some point in May, but they will keep us updated once they get through their technical challenges so that we can continue working on our side. So once we do have a final deadline for that, we will keep you guys updated and we'll keep you in the loop on what's going on. We did also recently hear from HUD that they will be releasing an updated data standards manual. So the last one that we had was from April of 2018, and they are currently working on the final updates, which should be released. They told us it was intended to be released at some point this month. So the changes are being finalized right now, and then once they are finalized, they will be releasing them to us. So once the changes are released, of course, we will review the changes and kind of get a good idea of what is going to affect our HMIS. And at that point, we will reach out to our HMIS users to let you guys know what's going on, what to expect going forward. We'll try to give you a timeline for when we expect those changes to be implemented and what you can do to prepare for those changes. So keep an eye out for that information, hopefully this month, but we will keep you updated once we do receive the new data standards manual. Now next, as always, we have our data quality spotlight. So this is where we like to highlight all of our projects that have 0 data corrections for the month. So this month, I think it is safe to say that this is the most projects that we have ever had on this list, which is a phenomenal accomplishment. That tells us that our community is really working hard to make sure that the data entered into HMIS is as complete as possible. So this month we have a significant amount of projects from AGIF. Looks like a total of 8 different projects, which is amazing. Way to go, AGIF. We really appreciate that. We also have beat aids with the Ryan White Hopwell Permanent Housing Program. We've got CHCS with both of their CUI PSH projects. We've got Endeavors with both of their SSVF projects for TX500, the homeless prevention and the homeless assistance. We've got HABC VASH PSH. We have a total of 3 projects from SAFE, the COC PSH 1 and 2, as well as the TH project. We have 3 different projects from SAHA. We have our COC PSH 86 and 15, as well as the VASH PSH. We have 3 projects from SAM Ministries. We have the CDBG RRH, the Prevention Services, as well as the TDHCA RRH. We've got the Thrive COC RRH Aftercare project, as well as a TSA Scattered Sites PSH project. So thank you guys for taking the time to make sure that your data is as complete as possible. We really appreciate that, and we just really want to give you guys a shout out for that. So that is all that we have for you this month. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Of course, as always, the email to submit a ticket is going to be hmis.support@havenforhope.org, and we will be happy to answer any questions or address any concerns that you might have. So please keep an eye out for the emails regarding any bed inventory setup, and don't forget to register for that system performance measures workshop if you're interested in attending. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you again next month.